This is so exciting. We're getting our new refrigerator today. We've got to head into the dinghy dock and pick it up. Oh man, it's too early. Kate and Roxy are snuggling up front. Oh, she's awake. I've got to go get our refrigerator stuff.
Am I coming with you?
I can go. You can sleep.
You sure?
Yep. Snug with the Roxy.
Hey everyone, we're Sweet Ruka and we're here to sail around the world via Cape Horn and the Cape of Good Hope. I'm Kate and this is Curtis and Roxy the dog. We're racers, turned cruisers, and we are ready to do some serious sailing. So click subscribe and come along for the ride.
So while Curtis is working on the fridge, I am making warm peanut butter banana smoothies with water. And actually they're quite delicious. Got my protein, got my fruit.
All right, well, we've got our new fridge stuff, so now it's back to the boat, and let's get these things installed. UPS man.
The best looking mailman I've ever seen.
Check out your new refrigerator. It's like Christmas!
Why do all my Christmas boxes always say Defender?
Got it? Yeah, don't drop it. Ah, yeah, we'll unbox it up here, huh?
Oh!
There we go. New fridge.
Ooh, what is that, Rock? Have to be.
That come from the United States. These are digital fridge controllers.
Ooh!
Fancy. And unboxing. These are new Isotherm 2013 refrigeration units, and they're going to replace our Seafrost refrigeration units that came with the boat. We just ordered them in from Defender and had them shipped down from the United States. We learned a little bit about customs and shipping to foreign countries, but everything came through okay and in wonderful condition. All right, all of our fridge stuff is on board. Time to get to work. Don't mind the complete mess of the boat here, but we're working on refrigeration today. We've got a whole bunch of refrigeration parts kind of just all sitting around here. These need to go in the boat, but before we put all the stuff behind me in the boat, we need to clear out all the old stuff because everything that we're putting in is a little bit different size and shape, so we need to make a little bit of adjustments. So the first thing we're gonna do is remove the old stuff out of the refrigerator. Really? They epoxied that wire, glued it somehow. Stupid. Alright. Make it more challenging for me. So they epoxied this wire on. This is 5200. These are somehow kind of glued together, which is gonna make it a little tougher. Got him. Hey, babe. Good job down there. All right, out with the old. This is our sea frost plate. It seemed to actually be doing a halfway decent job when it did work. It's pretty heavy duty, it's pretty thick. It's supposed to be a combination of an evaporator and a cold plate. Surprisingly heavy. Bye, buddy. I'm gonna need a long Phillips screwdriver. If you can find one, please.
Nothing's ever easy. If I was Curtis, where would I keep all of my screwdrivers?
Let's get these plates out of here. Oop, that's dripping. Plastic bag. Right, set that up on the deck.
Oh, and we got another leak out here. As expected. What a mess.
All right, the next step is we've got to pull these remaining pipes through, out through the back. Hopefully they'll come out smoothly. We've got some extra strings connected here, and we're gonna pull these through so that way we can easily run our wires and tubes later. This is one of those ounce of prevention is a pound of cure situations, because if you lose a wire back behind these cabinets, it's a real pain to get out. So it's much easier just to chase this through. All right, we've got those run and taped up out of the way. Time to pull some more stuff through here. 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, maybe not. Is the flashlight around? Okay, see if you can bend those and push.
All right, coming towards you now.
You need it?
I'm good.
You see them?
Yep. Okay.
Hey! Came all the way out. One down.
Ready.
All right, here we go. Seems a little tighter, huh? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. How you doing?
Hold on a second.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay, one big tug. Okay.
Got him. Guess what, babe?
What, babe?
The tubes are out.
Yay! Ah. What a mess. Squeeze in there. Boat yoga.
All right, we've got all our electrical undone, and now we're trying to unmount the refrigerator from the back here. It's pretty tight. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm trying not to drop too much stuff. A couple little nuts and bolts in here, and I think I've got them freed up. It's tough being a big person working in small boats. Oh, you gotta love how people wire things. Why? Why would you people do this? All right, unfortunately they hardwired these to the fan rather than quick disconnects, so we're gonna have to cut a couple of wires here. Is it the red wire or is it the black wire?
Pick one! Oh, well, what the hell? It's usually green.
No! Green!
Boom! Nope, we're good. All right. This is the rest of our refrigerator back here. We've got to disconnect them from these copper tubes. These copper tubes run all the way to the front where our refrigeration is in the saloon. The issue is that they're so long that it creates an inefficiency. So our goal here with the new refrigeration system is to move these units forward and closer to the refrigerator and freezer themselves, which hopefully allow a little bit better efficiency, a little bit lower amp draw. All right, we're free. Whew, I feel like I'm always like coming out of the womb. I'm reborn whenever I come out of the garage back there. Oh. There you go. Out with the old, in with the new. Nothing like boat work with a ferry wake that keeps coming by. Makes things challenging. We love it. He doesn't seem to really mind that there's boats rocking around him. Whee! Oh boy. How's it going, babe?
Great.
This is where the gas comes out, and it rolls through all of these and expands, and then that is when the cooling happens. This guy has to fit inside of here. So we should cover about 3 walls. We just have to measure and figure out where exactly to bend this guy up. There are certain areas in this where you can bend, and there's areas where you can't. So I've got to get the instructions out and see which of those spots we can bend this puppy at. All right, time to put the evaporator in. Let's see how this goes. Got our evaporator kind of in, test fit, and tube run.
Woohoo!
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
What do you think, babe?
I can't wait to put the lid on it and see what it looks like with the light.
Go grab the lid, put it on.
Ooh. And I'm excited for cold beverages.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ta-da! And let's take a look. Ooh.
Should we fire them up for the first time? Flip that fridge switch on. All right, fridge project is somewhat complete. We've got both of them working. They fired up, they're getting cold. Time to get some beer cold.
Woohoo!
Ooh. To celebrate the installation of the new fridge, we decided to enjoy some cold beers with our new friend Nora, who you may remember from the previous video on the lionfish hunt with deeper diving. It was Nora's first experience sailing a monohull, and the cold brews and sunset views did not disappoint.
Yes. We're in! Cheers! Cheers! To Nora's first monohull sail. We're doing it, we're sailing, and we're drinking beer. But it's super chill, I'm loving it. Totally loving it, yes. Cheers. Cheers. Thanks for having me.
We're having a good sunset out here. We're sailing with Nora from Deeper Diving. We've been diving with her all week. She's our dive master, dive instructor that's been taking us around. And so now we're taking a little relaxing break from diving, going sailing, drinking some beer.
Go. Oh. Oh, homie. Yeah, make the sound.
Carib in the Caribbean.
Later, after we had returned Nora to shore, we had heard radio chatter about a sailboat planning to come into the bay and anchor under sail. He was requesting assistance without the use of his engine, so Curtis hopped in the dinghy and headed to help out. I waited with Roxy and listened to the radio chatter before Curtis returned to fill me in on what was going on.
I know, buddy. Curtis is in the dinghy. You're jealous.
Yeah, I've confirmed as well. It's 11 meters here, over. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. He has a line wrapped around his prop, so he has no issue.
Oh, shoot, he's got a line wrapped around his prop. Curtis says it's an Oyster 60 coming in here that has a line wrapped around his prop. And so Curtis and the boat next door went over to help them, guide them in. A little bit of drama here today, but pretty exciting after all. So he's trying to come in under sail. As long as he's got enough road, he should be able to anchor back there and maybe between 30 and 40 feet of water. Telling him that his line is good on the radio. Oh, he's got his main up actually, going head to wind right at the stern of the red boat. He's stopping pretty good, so doesn't really have too much more forward progress. And there goes the anchor. Looks like they're using the dinghy to help give them some aft momentum there, hoping that the anchor will catch.
They kept their main up to get closer to the anchorage, and then started to drop anchor before they could furl it in all the way. The boat started to tack and sail forward over the anchor chain, but fortunately, they were able to get back to the cockpit and furl the sail in the rest of the way before things got any more squirrely.
Pulling them in reverse a little bit, try to get them locked in. I'm sure they'll feel happy to be anchored. Boaters helping boaters, y'all.
Fortunately, they were able to anchor safely just before it got completely dark, and the wind subsided through the night. Crisis averted.
How did it go?
Curtis had helped them retrieve tons of fishing line that included many large hooks from around the prop and rudder of the boat. There was so much that he gifted us some of the fishing line and hooks that you can see here. Cruisers know there is never a dull moment, especially in a crowded anchorage. Next week on Sweet Ruka, we go for a sailing excursion with our friends from D for Diving, and Sweet Ruka gets hauled out right before disaster strikes.